welcome back. It's everyone's favourite beginning of the weekend. Seeing a struggle against one's own self, a protection of a future of yet to happen, a clinging to the past and unwillingness to admit change. All wrapped up in a time travel wibbly wobbly pretense and a healthy dose of killing. But we're obviously just here to be entertained a little and see what kind of depths of depravity everything actually comes to. How and when will this all be flipped upside down and turned around and Sadako lose her edge, her control over everything? I've yet to really see, but I'm all here for it. Hopefully you are as well. But there's no point just dilly-dallying around. We need to see the downfall and how we get there. So, strap in, get yourself a drink, because we need to begin. I really don't know if I'm ready for everything to come out, especially when you've got him going around trying to mess with Sadako's uncle's image even further, drag him down to be completely hated, while also implicating the villagers into, this is them trying to leave a message, stir up conflict between the two. And now if anyone comes down to have a look, it's like, obviously not taking good care of the place. He is really trying, isn't he? So he recognizes his own failings, where it went wrong, and tries to actually pull himself back every now and again. I mean, the uncle has had more character development than anyone else has in this show. And the storyline of them leading a mob to go against them, to try and rescue her from this darkness that she's been placed in. Still don't understand where Sadako's plan is with all of this, to how to tie it back into Rika staying with her. But is she actually going to, have a moment introspection to be like, what am I doing here? We've got people genuinely trying to make their lives better, to make some sort of recompense for the past, and then there's just Sadako tearing things further into madness. Ah, there it is. Okay. I was about to say, didn't they have red eyes before? No. Okay. I'm misremembering how the opening goes already, and I've seen it plenty of times. The issue with all of this is that despite the hundreds of summers that Rika has gone through, the pain that she's endured over countless lifetimes, it didn't change her outlook and how she approached things drastically. Yet Sadako got a taste of that power, and time to be mastermind, puppet master of it all. The fact that she got into this so aptly as well. Didn't think we needed to see that. We kind of understood. It would be nice if there was anyone that was actually able to resist, like is somehow immune or whatever. But we've seen as Mion herself, who hadn't been affected at all, still fell under its clutches. Or how much permanent damage Satoko will do in a month, yeah. I do like the complete shift towards my feeling of this arc compared to when I first saw it, and the feelings between the characters and their situations. The importance of knowing both sides to a story before condemning anyone. The meeting is deep underway. But the fact that the police dude, I can never remember his name properly, so I just call him police dude. He's having these fleeting moments of kind of madness while also staying completely lucid like this, sitting down and listening. And oh, what a pit of snakes, a den of snakes he has found himself in. All of them having multiple layers, pretending to care for her. But it really goes to show just how quickly people can believe stories and the worst in people. Like, he's just bought into the fact that the entire village is completely against her. And obviously, there have been aspects of that shown, but as a whole, the village itself did try to remedy the situation and weren't holding it against her. And how's the other police guy going to be caught in all of this? Because obviously it's not just going to go down easily. Is he going to try and pull him back? So, you're going off the rails here. Hmm. There's no point. They're outside right now. It is kind of amusing to see that there's like this grand plot and then the subplots which are always being orchestrated by someone kind of behind the scenes, even if we are seeing those scenes. Well, he thought he would try a different approach today. Who's he to kill that righteous spirit? I mean, for his plan, just letting it play out as it is and see darkness of the village brought out. I know them too. Did we have any of the these guys talking first time round? Obviously, they were panicking a bit, but I can't remember if we heard anything about it. But yeah, this little storyline is advancing quickly and properly. I mean, you can't really go wrong with like a stir fry of sorts. Well, you probably can. I just can't see how. Is that a representation of the fragile control of the over the situation slowly breaking? Like she's actually melding with this life, this uncle. She's losing grip on the whole contain Rika plan. I hope so, but I don't see a easy way back. Take you personally. But for him to suddenly just swap sides of such, have a police convoy over there. And now that he is no longer like a public enemy number two, because since the uncle would be the first. Oh, proper Japanese etiquette there. The business card in the bow. Why, just going to leave him standing there? Go on, at least take it, have a look at what it says. I mean, the inside of the place looks pretty nice. I mean, there's freshly made food. Obviously, the outside is a little worse for wear, but I mean, you know about the dam and the difficulties with the families and whatnot, so it's not hard to believe. However, his abruptness and overall demeanor is a little easy to misconstrue. I guess it's a lot more than just red tape and bureaucracy when you've got family names and honor and everything and a deep history in the village. Will he be disciplined for such an action, going above and beyond what above the chief? Will we even get that far in? Why exactly are you bringing this up now? Just having the case transferred over to you, so right in your hands? Is it just a bit of concern for them? Lock the doors. Stay safe. What about the morning? Yeah. At least have someone around all time. I'm wondering what her. I. Ah. For a second there, I thought it was some weird Morse code. Like, who's she signaling to? But no. She's just calling around with her friends and. Okay, so she hasn't turned any corners or anything. Yes, police station. And she will make sure of that. How many tablets are there? Even if she doesn't do anything, maybe it would be a fucking overdose. Bad choice of words, probably. And she will make sure of that. I just wonder if it will go exactly as she planned, considering, the wild card every time. She can't exactly control what people do when she injects them, so. I mean, why not? The more the merrier, have the entire group turn up. It's saddening to see just kind of how correct she was in that statement. What is that lean? You can probably find more comfortable places than the phone stand. Well, and now he's right back here, back when she's told him that he was taken away. Hmm. The fact that he was actually trying his utmost here to try and remedy her situation. Probably the happiest he's been in a while. He had something to live for, after all. So keep those happy memories intact. Hang on, that but okay. Oh no, it is empty. Did she just? Did she just? She's resisting against herself. It's aha. So she's not completely lost. Just who? Yeah, his survival instinct isn't exactly the greatest, is it? First off, you could try to disarm her, get the gun away, or leave. I like this. The shattering of kind of reality itself in what we're seeing. Reality itself breaking apart. And they're both drawn out into the crystal world. She's finally regained sense, I would say. Speaking in the third person there. You know, a split personality syndrome being in the midst of all of this, but who actually is the main personality left? Oh, well, admitting it there, she was the original part of an old fragment. Well, I think giving into the power of the art style changing because we're going back through things, but giving into the power of the crystals and the loops and whatnot. Yeah, that was the mistake. I mean, just extrapolate it out a bit or a little. And she's the one currently holding the weapon. So, are we going to have any? Okay, cool. Fully out, just admitting it. But are we going to have any sort of? Oh, okay, great. I was going to say input from the that god, the one who's been enjoying all of this. Yes, but she's stopping Satoko herself. The one who brought out this witch in her. I mean, she did accept it with open arms. However, she has lived out her usefulness. I mean, it's a tempting offer, but I wouldn't say it's fully appreciated. Also, considering the line of fire, she not worried at all? Uh, she's just kind of accepting that. Well, I think we know who won the internal argument. But this isn't how I remember this arc playing out. Because didn't he attack Geichi? So we now are on. I mean, hard to tell what happened there if there's not much left to tell. But yeah, we're now on kind of uncertain grounds. If she's removed him from the equation herself like this. I do like the rising tension in the music. There's a hell of a lot of viscera, though. I don't think it should be dripping quite so much. Also, why is he now turned over? Lovely. Well, everything that I kind of hoped for, and the fact that Sadako might have a change of heart, questioning of herself and a breakthrough, scuppered in the very same episode, having the alternate self, the witch, the one who could, well, control things, the one who wanted everything her way, eliminating the last shred of who she once was. Yippee! At least it cuts down on the ways out kind of thing. You know, we still have that fragment, the shard of was it a sword or a spear? Can't remember. As a way out of this looping helm with 5 odd episodes left, I think. But to think that this all just came down to Sadako really wasn't good academically and didn't like studying, so you know, countless ritual sacrifices are needed. I mean, really, who wants to do mathematic homework? Maybe she had a point all along. But to think that, you know, she had a life that is somewhat decent now. You know, the uncle is making amends. The brother, we know, will get better and come out of it because the doctor finds a way back from stage 5. Sadako herself being the main patient of note there. So there is something left in this village for her. It's just she's destroying her own happiness. And in fact, you got this god who's just bored. Something to be into, didn't have cable television or anything, so finding some way to entertain themselves. If only they just waited a few years, a few decades. Online games, Netflix. There's quite a lot out there. You don't have to mess with people's lives internally or externally. But the back and forth, the two sides of the story, seeing the battle with the child services and Keiichi forming the kind of lynch mob to fight back, having the uncle do everything under his power and recognize his own shortcomings and try to overcome that is really nice to see, but at the same time, difficult to see. I do like where and how this story is going. I just wonder what it will be like at the crescendo, at the final aftermath kind of thing. I seem to remember a grown-up witch Rika. So is that telling us how this ends? Or, much like many of the instances here, just one of many possibilities. Still, we need to see what Oishi does in the end. How he takes the law into his own hands. Despite how little I actually wish to see that. If I've entertained you in any sort of way, if I've had any sort of input into this which was just a step above, very baseline, even just observations, let me know. If I've missed a lot, yeah, you're going to have to let me know that as well. But to make sure you don't miss out future uploads, consider subscribing to the channel. Joining onto my Discord as well really helps out with notifications and polls and votes of what's coming up soon. Which hopefully doesn't require bloodletting. But to find out, you have to join me there. So try and get some rest. I'll see you in the next one. I need to thank my patrons for not trying to replace me with an approximation of myself. So I guess my thanks needs to go out to Aegis TR, Darky26, Guado, Kite, Reds Racer, Ultra Pouring, Wolfie Sensei, Zcat, Zug, and everyone else for at least helping the channel keep going and allowing me to maintain myself as far as I'm aware.